Thanks for staying with us. We're now crossing over to James Creedon, who's joining us on set for Media Watch France. Hi, James.
Good evening, indeed, George. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. So tonight you're going to be talking us through some of the big stories here in France. Now, first of all, Nicolas Sarkozy has had a very bad week,
yes.
and Le Monde has called it a black week even.
That's right. Now, it's been the big event of the last week, really. Well, I suppose the thing that has most marked his political week has been just a series of gaffes. Now, yesterday he was in the southwest city of Bayonne in the Basque region, and I think we have the pictures of what actually happened. He was booed as he got out of his car, and there were about 1,000 people who greeted him with boos and shouts and roars, and it was just very, very unpleasant indeed. I think we have those pictures if we can roll them. And what happened afterwards was he took refuge in a cafe, and inside in that cafe he had to stay for about an hour until the thing calmed down. Now, there's been a lot of analysis in the press in the last 24 hours. L'Express, which is a magazine, they say that the foreign minister called it a guet-apens, which is an ambush. Now, he said that the Basque separatists and socialist demonstrators brandishing François Hollande's posters were to blame, and in some senses this was an ambush signed by François Hollande. That's what the foreign minister said.
That's quite an accusation.
He's more or less saying that the leader of the Socialist Party and the main opponent of Nicolas Sarkozy was behind this. That was kind of the subtext, if you like. Now, very strong words indeed, and they also found a tweet online from a local politician in this region saying that there was going to be a welcoming committee for Nicolas Sarkozy. So some people saying, hey, this is proof that this was all organised. Now, the thing is, once he left Bayonne, it got even worse. He was in the countryside around Bayonne. This is in the Basque region in the southwest. And let's take a look at this next interaction with a local farmer.
L'agriculture, on n'est pas aux 35 heures. Hein?
Moi non plus.
Ouais, nous non plus. Voilà, nous on n'a rien. On vivote.
Franchement, et moi je suis pas propriétaire de 40 hectares. Hein. OK.
Ouais, mais vous avez autre chose en banque peut-être.
OK.
Chacun a son truc.
Right.
So no love lost there then.
Well, I think it probably was a demonstration of how stressed out he was after what had happened in Bayonne. So he went to the countryside and he just wasn't really in the mood, it seems, for idle chit-chat about the 35-hour working week. So there you go, it got a little bit nasty. Now, let's, I suppose, move on to the next story, because it wasn't just Nicolas Sarkozy who had a bad week. A very obscure person in Belgium, a crane operator, also had a pretty bad week. He's become...
Oh, I've seen this. Oh, dear.
He's become a star. He's become a star on the internet. This video, which we will show you in a second, has had something like 50,000 hits in Belgium, and it's also fed into negative French stereotypes about Belgians being a little bit funny, a little bit, I suppose, misfortunate. Let's take a look. He basically, what happened was he was working a wrecking ball on a crane, and he demolished the wrong house.
As you do.
Anyway, Belgian media thought it was worth talking about, and they interviewed him. So let's take a look at that interview.
J'ai eu un ordre de commencer à enlever 2 maisons qui on avait le permis et tout ça. Et puis, en fin de journée, je me suis rendu compte par mon patron que j'avais démoli la mauvaise, quoi. Maintenant, moi, j'ai pris un coup dessus. C'est pas facile d'assumer ça, quoi. Voilà, c'est ici que la maison se trouvait. Et maintenant, voilà ce qu'il en reste.
That's all that's left of the house, so I'm not sure I'd be pretty happy if I owned that house.
It's actually quite sad. The guy you could see his skin crawling in embarrassment. He's clearly very repentant.
You feel sorry for him, but also I suppose a little bit sorry for the homeowner who comes back and it's like, okay,
just a touch,
my
sorry.
house is just a bit of a pile of wood at this point. So a misfortunate incident, but I think there's a lot of positive vibes going to that guy as well for what must have been a pretty traumatic experience.
That is one tough day at the office. Well, thank you very much for
Thanks,
that.
Georgia.
Media Watch France Roundup, James Creedon. Well, do stay with us. We've got more news from all around the world coming up shortly. Back in a moment. Take care.